In this video, we are going to discuss the opportunities to use social network analysis in relation to social presence. While many studies are using social network analysis for analysis of the relations of network positions with many different relevant educational constructs such as sense of belonging, sense of community, or academic performance, there are very few studies that are conducted to explain the potential source of social network positions for students. That is to say, what is the reason that shapes certain network position? In this video, we are going to focus on the model of communities of inquiry. This model is one of the best established frameworks for analysis and practical development of online learning experience. In particular, this model consists of three major constructs: teaching presence, social presence, and cognitive presence. Teaching presence is the way how we organize our courses through instructional design. Teaching presence can also be facilitation of online discussions of students and student activities. Teaching presence can also be direct instruction. On the other hand, cognitive presence is the final outcome of online learning. Cognitive presence is the way how students construct knowledge by engaging in online interactions with the members of the community. Finally, social presence is the way how learners project themselves socially and emotionally as real people in an online environment. That is to say, to what extent learners are able to present themselves as real people by using different online media. Social presence consists of three major dimensions. The first dimension of social presence is affectivity and expressions of emotions. The second one is interactivity and open communication, and final one is cohesiveness. These three dimensions consist of 12 primary indicators. For affective messages, we can identify that they are typically expressions of emotions, sense of self-disclosure, and being able to present some personal information, or the use of humor. On the other hand, interactive or open communication is more related to sense of learning, or the tasks that are pertaining to certain activities that are of relevance for the community. In that sense, students may continue different discussion threads, quote each other's messages, refer explicitly to other messages, ask questions, compliment others, or express agreement. The final component of social presence is cohesiveness. This group refers to the extent to which students refer to each other by their first names, or to what extent they are referring to the subgroups that may merge inside of the community they belong to, or to what extent they salutate to each other. The question then becomes, to what extent a construct such as social presence can explain network position of students? That is to say, what is the association between network position and social presence? There was a recent study that was published in which the authors collected data from an online master's course in software engineering, in which they first coded the online discussion messages of students by the indicators of social presence. Secondly, they also used online discussion boards to extract social networks by following reply relationships that emerged from students' interactions. The regression analysis reported in the study, not surprisingly, explained the high level of the variability in the degree centrality measures, from 83 to 86%, by means of the social presence dimensions. The biggest influence of the social presence dimensions measured through the standardized beta coefficient was attributed to interactive messages. That is to say, by higher level of responses students would be demonstrating in online discussions, they would be also increasing their degree centrality, which is quite expected. On the other hand, betweenness centrality was best explained only by affective and interactive messages, while cohesive messages did not show any association. In this case, we can see that social presence, especially as an important construct of the community of inquiries, can have very significant influence on the role students will play inside of an online learning community. However, research on the community of inquiry model also indicates that teaching presence is essential for the development and sustainability of social presence. In that sense, the practical implication of this research is for students to be able to establish strong social network position, it is also essential to have strong teaching presence, which will guide students how to go through the social network activities and how to interact with their peers so that they can start building and accumulating their social capital. Concluding this video, I would like to encourage you to read the paper that describes the study discussed in this video. I would also like to ask you to start thinking about other possible constructs that may shape students' social network position. Thank you for your attention.